Well, here we are. Sunday, October 8th, 2023. I'm Larissa. This is my video diary. So, not yesterday, but the day before, Friday, I finished the 8th painting in my series. That painting was so difficult to execute, and it's making me I am purposely not focusing, not thinking at all about the next painting, other than, bare minimum logistics like securing next canvas, which I've ordered canvases from a new supplier, much better deal. So there's that, but hopefully we'll see what the product is when it arrives, if it is in fact at least as good a product, if not better. Because if it's not as good a product, then that's an issue. I'll just have to, it means I'm going to have to spend more money and go buy the same product that I've been using. As a Christian, and during this month in particular, working on these two pieces, it's. I did not plan. It was not logistically planned that I'd be working on these two pieces during the month of October. It just so happened that it worked out that way. But it is appropriate. And when the veil is thin in this way, it's I wept as I finished the painting, and it was challenging, and it snuck up on me because I was not anticipating it. It wasn't something like I felt it coming on or anything like that. It was like a spontaneous thing that happened, and there was detachment from the dream itself, and the emotion was coming from the subject matter purely. And it's a strange dichotomy to be within the vessel, to be present within the vessel, and present, in awareness with your action, right? And have this other thing happen that is separate. And there have been there have been a number of times when this has happened for me, and they all happen. It's all under similar circumstances, similar, dealing with similar subject matter, or similar, like I said, similar circumstances. So this painting is about the martyrdom of Saint Larissa and the other 63 Turkic converts that were martyred at the same time, and the piece is very intense because of that. So the next piece is also from this dream, and it is a portrait of Saint Larissa. I mean, it's an image from the dream, but it is a portrait of Saint Larissa, and in her consumption, and I hope to not have same kind of response, but I can't guarantee that for myself. And so I'm considering, when I start that painting, to work on it only in hours when I'm closed. So I may set aside time and go in late in the evening or even very, very early in the morning to paint, so that when I'm open to the public, I do not have to move between worlds. Because that's it's challenging, right? It's the whole reason, why monks and nuns go live in monastery and convent, because being in that state is not conducive to regular society, right? People don't understand it, and it makes other people uncomfortable. Yeah, I had this woman come in when I was painting, and she was trying to impress me with, her art background. She wasn't there to buy anything. She was just there to look, which is fine. I'm open to the public and galleries. It's part of what a gallery's function is come in and look at the art. And as an artist, I go and I look at art in other galleries as well. I make special trips to do so. It's part of my process, right? But there's a painting group, and I've heard of the painting group, and I'm aware of their existence. And she's like, "Oh, well, you're welcome to join us." I'm like, "No, no, thank you." When I was in school, I enjoyed painting with my fellow students, but that is not. That's not a social event for me, right? You want to get together with some other artists and talk about finished work, but to get together and be in process in the same room, I don't want to move all my shit into somebody else's space. Like, this makes zero sense to me. I'm paying rent to have studio space. Why would I then drag my shit into another building just to hang out with a bunch of other people to bullshit? I don't want to talk to other people while I'm painting, while I'm working. No, I am not interested. No, that is so far. And I don't want anybody working in my space when I'm working. It's my space. It's like, I don't want another woman's child in my womb, right? I understand that there are some women who do surrogacy, and that's your business. I personally don't think it's morally or ethically sound to do so. I don't, and I understand. They had to pass legislation saying that a surrogate mother has zero rights to the child that she carries, and the reason that they had to pass legislation at all about that is because it is morally and ethically corrupt for a woman to carry another woman's child. Sorry, not sorry. There's some things that I think we're asked to accept, right? And my studio is my creative womb. That is where I create. It is a vulgarity, in my opinion, to take my work into another space to create with other, just for the purpose of social interaction with others. It's a vulgarity. So, I think she felt like she was offering me something special, and I understand that that's her perspective, and no thank you. Right? It's a playpen, and my work is not play. Right? The events that I offer are the play, right? That's the play that I'm seeking, or in the play that I'm offering. But my painting is not play, it is work. So I was a little irritated by that. And then yesterday, a young woman came in and, she was interested and we were talking and stuff. And she says she does illustration, children's book illustrations. There's all these people have come in. Oh, you want to illustrate books? No, I don't want to illustrate children's books. No, I don't. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. But this woman says that she does. And which is great. Good for you. I'm very happy. But I was explaining to her what my pieces were, right? And she's like, oh, you need to meditate. And she's like, oh, you need to do this. And I'm just like, like there is, a stereotype, a preconception that, particularly Asian people have, Asian women that I've encountered with more among Asian women than Asian men, but Asian women that, for some reason, when they look at me, they don't believe, or they assume, they make an assumption that in some way I am mentally deficient and don't know about meditation, or that I in some way need to be fixed by their grand knowledge. And I shouldn't say it's just Asian women, because it's not. There was another woman that came in one time offering a flyer for a free meditation workshop, beginning meditation. And whenever you approach anything, it is best to approach with beginner's mind. But here again, the assumption was that I was too ignorant to know anything about these concepts. And she didn't take any time to look at any of my work, nor did she take any time to have any kind of understanding of my work or what it was, and or ask any questions. She just came in and was like, oh, you need to be fixed, and I know how to do it. And it's an arrogance. And I cannot attempt my work. My work cannot be done if I am sitting in that place of arrogance. That is non-detachment. So my work cannot happen without detachment. And she's like, oh, anxiety, you just need to relax. I'm like, I said nothing about being anxious. She was the one who had the anxiety. And she made this assumption that because she had that experience, that I must have that experience as well. And it's at face value, it's insulting. And that is how I feel. And so my practice in those moments is to be detached from my feeling of insult, because when I feel that way, it's like I acknowledge that is my ego. And if I engage my ego, then I am number one, no better, and number two, I will be unable to approach my work with integrity, right? And that's, one of the Reiki ideals. And as a Reiki master teacher, it's something I have to keep in my consciousness at all times, is to approach my work with integrity, right? Whatever that work is that I'm doing, is to approach that work with integrity. And so I cannot approach my work with integrity if I allow myself in the moment to be caught in that insult in particular, right? We're all human, and there's other types of insults and things that I still try to practice detachment from. But that one in particular, I'm very, very conscious of. And so I have to catch myself. And it was the same thing with the other woman who came in and wanted me to come to her free chakra meditation. I asked questions instead. That's how I addressed the dis-ease that I felt in her presence. I asked questions, and I was satisfied once I asked my questions that she was not somebody I wanted to go sit with, because I have sat with many, many meditation groups, and it is something that I choose not to do in group. And my work, a very, very large portion of my practice for all of my work, no matter what it is, right? No matter what the medium is that I'm working in, is a meditation process. And so, it just, what I came away with after the initial encounter of my humanity in internally after the response. I mean, she and I had a positive interaction, I feel, and I did not sense that she was insulted by me. And I don't think she was intentionally trying to be insulting. She genuinely thought that she had something that she was offering me that she needed to offer me some kind of help, which, when I come away from that, it's like, okay, that is something for me to have compassion towards her for, because it's not about me, that's about her. It's something that she's working on or needs to work on. And it's not a reflection of me and my work, right? But that when she was viewing my work and hearing about my work, that it triggered in her a subconscious awareness that she then projected upon me. So at least in that respect, what I can come away with is that my work was successful in that it engaged the viewer on that level, right? Whether the viewer was aware of it or not. And so, I can be grateful. I can actually be grateful and say thank you for that confirmation of my work being successful in my criteria. But it just, it's hard when, day in and day out, that is the highest level of mentality that I deal with, right? The majority of people, not everybody, a majority of people that come in are excessively rude. And I just have to, I continually tell myself that it's not about me, it's about them, because they do not have the self-awareness, they do not have the education, they do not have the ability or the skill. And those are not things that I can hold against them. It would be an arrogance for me to hold such things against somebody, right? Now, if they were purporting to have such awareness, then it's willful ignorance. And then, yes, then I can hold that as their fault. But not naivete, right? Naivete is not the fault of the individual. Naivete is not the fault of the individual. So, well, and it's very tiresome, right? It's very, very tiresome. Because, like, dealing with a child who does not want to brush their teeth before they go to bed, right? Or wash their hands before dinner, or it's like, this is something that they shouldn't fight you on, right? This is but there's this desire to fight against. Thank you. I'm talking about staying conscious and aware in the moment when dealing with like the woman yesterday who was telling me I needed to meditate to do my work when my work is done through meditation. And it was a projection of her own issues.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday. Is it secretly Monday and did I sleep through Sunday? Oh my gosh, what Brody, what are you doing? Brody. Are you kissing Daddy? Does Daddy get all the kisses? Does Daddy get all the kisses?
Hey, Brody.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, We'll go birdie. We'll go boy.
I can see he had his nose down in rat holes. I can see you had. Yeah, you better clean your snout. You better clean your snout. I can see you were in rat holes. You were a black and white doggy. You don't have brown furs. You don't.
He was looking for critters.
He was looking for critters.
Those critters.
Those critters.
Gotta get him.
How was Cakes? Did you check in on Cakes this morning?
I just set her crate outside.
Okay. Did she eat anything last night?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I don't know when I look at the food.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she ate some raisins.
I didn't see any raisins in there.
Oh, you didn't? She ate like 12 raisins then.
They were there on top.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, Brody. Did Cakes tell you she liked the raisins? Did she? Do not burp in my face, please. Once, well, a couple times when he was a puppy, I burped in his face. And ever since then, sneaky booby licker, stop it. Ever since then, he burps in my face because he thinks I like it. So be careful what you teach your children. If you burp in their face, even once, they're going to do it in your face for the rest of your life. Mister. I don't know where he learned the booby licking because I'm not licking anybody's boobies. Is that just what boys do? Do boys like to booby lick? Boys just like booby licking? Doesn't matter if you're a mammal. If you're a mammal, you like mammaries. If you're a mammal, you like mammaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Memories hanging loose from my rib cage. Jangly bags full of glandular sacks of fat and oh gosh, there's a word I'm looking for. I want to say corpuscles, but that's not the word. I guess there's some corpuscles in there, aren't there? Oh my gosh. Yeah. What's the matter with you? Is your nose itchy because you were sticking your nose in rat holes where they don't belong? Oh, that is why? Because rats are dirty, dirty vermin? Are you ashamed?
Yes.
You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to be ashamed. I know you want to kill him. He wants to kill him. He wants to shake them and break their necks. Oh, I had a dream last night, or this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream this morning. My sister and my father. And there were a bunch of other people there. And I don't know whose house we were at. We had a conversation. Anyway, my dream, I told my sister what's what. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh. So, do you have a busy work week coming up?
They're all busy.
Yeah, I know.
Still be pretty busy this next week coming up, but at least I'm not on call.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're not on call too, because we're gonna have all these guys here.
Yeah. I won't be on call for the rest of the year.
Oh, that's nice. So you've like served your jury duty or whatever?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. I was just making a comparison. I wasn't actually. I know
Uh-huh.
you. I know you weren't.
I know.
Yeah. So today, since I'm going to be home while the work's being done here, I'm going to clean during the week. So today, I have some other stuff to do. Get stuff to make lunches for the guys. Who knows? Maybe I'll go roller skating. I could use some exercise. You know? And who knows? Maybe this week I'll actually mop the floors. They could use it. That's for damn sure. And you said you're gonna look into finding somebody to clean out the vent for the furnace.
Guess so.
Anyway, was Baby Cakes making noises this morning at all?
What noises?
Chicken noises.
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Well, I'm gonna drink my tea now.